much damage is on the leader's truck. And as it happens, we cycle back around to now second and third, becoming first and second. It's the Dan West, Jeff Stabnow, O'Hare top three after cycle of pit stops. Round one under green conclude here in Fontana.
That just shows you how much ground Jeff Stabnow was able to gain on pit road with those fresher tires for a couple laps. But now we're seeing the opposite. Now we're seeing Dan West Jr. has a couple less laps on the tires than Stabnow. So West Jr. now beginning to pull away from Jeff Stabnow as he inherits the lead. And now Dan West Jr., honestly, the only truck that I was seeing that really had anything for Dan West Jr. would be his son Devin, is pinned a lap down in 19th position. So a lot of work cut out for Devin West in the number 5. He's going to need a caution to get back on the lead lap here.
It's West, Stabnow, O'Hare, White, Ottenbacher. There's my hockey name. And hey, speaking of hockey, Greg, hockey coming back soon. We love hockey.
Absolutely. I'm still waiting on word for what my team, the Spokane Braves, are going to be doing this season, as it's a very, very special season for us. I can't go into details right now because we still got some top secret stuff in the plans, but I can tell you we are expecting a very, very special season for my team. Just got to wait for the word that we are a go on the league. But the NHL is coming back here in a little over a month, hopefully. So
and playoffs
hockey coming up
playoffs right out of the gate. It'll be playoffs. When you survive, you lose, you're done. You go to the Stanley Cup. Who will be the best teams? Again, when hockey gets back underway and our normalcy of life returning after almost a 4-month pandemic of the coronavirus. But again, this iRacing eSports has definitely earned theirself a fraternity portion of the motorsports world after so many people jumping on board to be a part of this, and not just for the pavement, but for dirt, for modifieds, for cup and truck, the super late models, the street stocks. What a phenomenal job. Road course racing. Everybody's done a great job, and I think that eSports definitely has earned their place in motorsports history.
And how about the shiny new toy that we didn't talk about there? The new 1987 car.
Oh, yes. Yes. And by the way, real quickly, their decision was made with LSR TV that there will not be a throwback series. There will not be a LSR TV throwback series. However, there is going to be a special big money purse LSR TV throwback race. They're working on the details for that. Hopefully, we'll be on the broadcast crew for that, because I want to call one of those 87 Cup throwback Ford Thunderbirds and Chevrolet Lumina events at North Wilkesboro Speedway. So again, no throwback series for LSR TV. However, Greg, we will have a special full race, and it should be exciting.
I'm fortunate enough that I just got to call a 87 race at Wilkesboro earlier today. I got to tell you, it was some of the most fun I've ever had as a broadcaster, and I can't wait for that one to come through. We're just waiting on the details right now. One guy who's not waiting on anything is Dan West Jr. in the 55. Already 2.5 seconds on Jeff Stabnow right now, and then it's another 4 back to Stephen O'Hare. We have stayed clean and green this whole way, but Wesley, Dan West Jr. has already used his fast repair.
Yeah, we're watching King and Ottenbacher there. I'm sorry, that battle there. The pink and green truck, 44 and 89 for position, and that's for the top 6 and 7 spot.
Yeah, that's going on. But we talked for a second there about Dan West Jr. using the fast repair. I'm almost wondering, is that why Devin West waited so long? Did he elect to save the fast repair and just take the manual repair time?
Maybe. Just maybe. 44 of 134 laps complete, under 90 laps to go. And nightfall settling in. It's almost dusk here on Virtual Auto Club Speedway, Fontana, just outside of Los Angeles in California. Greg Rance, Wesley Outland, awesome production by Cody Wooten and Will Duvall on the production side of things. LSR TV coverage of the Northwestern Truck Series. And again, just coming up on lap number 45 complete. West in his own world, but a battle, a storm brewing with lap traffic around the leader because Stabnow is almost 3.5 seconds behind the leader as they come to the start-finish line now.
Yeah, Dan West Jr. putting a clinic on with his son Devin pinned a lap down, and right now he's not even in lucky dog position. Oh, he just got lucky dog position back from Rick Heffley.
The free pass. Yes, you're exactly right. If we were to get a caution, the free pass would right now go to Devin West in the number 5 entry.
But Wesley, he is actually closing in on his father. It's only about 2 seconds or so.
That's right.
Back to him. Do you think Dan might do his son a favor and let him go and get his lap back if he gets up to him?
I don't know. We'll see what happens as we watch this battle with the Hooters number 9 entry. That's Walters. He's got Harris and Grande all behind him, along with Green for that position as they fight their way as the last remaining trucks at the tail end of the lead lap. Working now lap number 47 at the line here. Auto Club Speedway. And under the lights will soon be nightfall for this event for the Northwestern Truck Series. Presented by Waltz Beard Co.
Keeping an eye on that battle I am between Corey Walters, Frank Harris, Roy Grande, and others. And another truck that switched over to Ford is that 11 of Frank Harris. Remember, he did not qualify. He took provisional, so he has quietly worked his way up from the 24th starting position to the 14th position. So he's plus 10 on the night right now in the number 11, and he has really embraced the Ford here on the iRacing server, Wesley, because I'm looking at that truck. That thing is wrapped in Ford colors, a big old blue oval on the nose. I think Frank Harris is a little bit happy that the Ford F-150 is now on the server.
Coming up on lap number 50. And again, it is still West leading the way here in that number 55 machine. Stabnow patiently in the number 2 spot. O'Hare in third. What do you say we crank it up? Let's feel the thunder, virtual iRacing style, from Auto Club Speedway as we are still green flag here tonight.
Clear. Need a bunch of cars together.
We need a caution.
That
would
absolutely what we need. Tyler King kind of having a solid run, up in 6th after starting 19th. Didn't qualify.
That cone needs to get a little further out on the racetrack.
Here, let me tell him.
Hey, I do like the MAV TV plugs on the wall like that. That's pretty cool.
There's MAV TV on the wall?
Yeah, you don't see MAV TV, Motorsports Network, on the retaining wall?
That offends me.
There it is.
Take it down.
That offends you, take it down.
I see it now. He's doing it. Also, let's say American something?
American Real. That used to be their slogan back 2 years ago. Before they changed it to MAV TV, Motorsports Network. It used to be MAV TV, American Real. Yeah.
I'm glad, because that sounds stupid as hell.
What, American Real? That's, I mean...
Oh,
yeah.
no, I'm thinking of Destination America. I was like, wasn't there another channel kind of like
that? No, that's
I'm thinking Destination America.
That's a TV show, I think.
American Reel? That sounds like it's a fishing rod.
Well, you got to remember, when MAV TV first came out, Cody, it was not just motorsports broadcasts. I mean, they used to show Western shows and movies and all sorts of things, you know, and then they just finally, in the last 2 years, branched out into a motorsports network because Forrest Lucas wanted to make MAV TV be like what Speed Channel used to be.
Which is what's missing, honestly. Speed Channel was always my favorite channel. So
oh, yeah.
I was heartbroken when it went under.
I always thought that after Speed Channel would go under, they would make like a NASCAR. Well, wait a minute. We can't say the name because Cody forbidden us to.
I will punch you.
Never mind. You see the banners on the side of the retaining wall? I thought they would be a NTV. All right, let's bring it back.
All right, and mics are open.
Well, working lap number 52 of 134 laps and still caution free. Yes, I'm purposely saying that, Greg Rentz, so somebody will cause the Banana Republic flag to wave, because we've had a long green flag run, and to be honest with you, we expected the possibility of it being this way, Greg.
Yeah, we talked about that before the race, that this was a possibility at this track where it spreads out so much that if you get 5, 6, 7 laps in on a run, all of a sudden it can be pretty difficult to catch the caution. And we're here 53 laps into this one, and
that's
no
right.
sign of it either. And we've had our share of moments that we thought might result in it. We had the West family both pounding the wall off of turn number 4, and then Heffley in the 62. Boy, I thought for sure we were getting a caution when whatever happened with the 62 happened, because he destroyed the right side of his truck earlier while leading the way, trying to stay out and gain a couple laps led, and he just pounded the wall. I thought for sure we were going to get a caution there, but we didn't. So here we are, lap 53, getting ready to start as Dan West Jr. leading the charge right now. His son Devin is creeping up, and now we're going to see, Wesley, if what I talked about a few laps ago might happen here. Will Dan kind of let his son get his lap back? And then, if that does happen, how many buttons do you think Devin West is going to push to try to figure out which button throws the water bottle out the window to bring a caution out?
Yeah, that's true. What type of atmosphere will we see for sure as this racing continues and goes on down to the wire? We have saw some awesome racing here tonight so far at this event, and again, just watching and seeing if anybody has got anything for Devin West, because obviously he's the strong man. But Staff now playing possum, obviously, with the field. He's right there waiting patiently in that number 2 spot. And, oh, man, so we need a caution. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is truth, Greg. We need a caution. We need a yellow to bunch this field up, because I'll be honest with you. Do you realize we're about 10, 15 laps away from the second segue of green flag pit stops?
But we've seen the race get turned on its head already on a set of green flag pit stops. Who's to say that won't happen again? Remember, Dan West Jr. has had that happen a couple of times. The race leader has missed pit entry while leading the race or running second. So who's to say that won't happen this time by, with the pit stops getting ready to creep back up here shortly. So Dan West Jr. leading the way, and he does indeed let his son Devin get his lap back there. So now Devin's got to try to charge his way through. And now, do you think with his lap being back, what kind of strategy do you think Devin's going to do? Do you think he might short pit a couple laps to try to get a couple extra laps of tire difference?
You realize that father has ran down son, as here they come again off the corner. Father has ran down son of West. That's your last trucks on the lead lap. That's Devin West trying as fierce as he can to scamper away from the leader, his dad, Dan West Jr., who struggled in practice, had a horrible truck in qualifying, and ever since this race has started, he's been at the whip. And Dan West Jr., again, taking advantage also of the misfortunes of the penalty and the mistake that his son Devin West made on that first round of pit stops as well.
Dan trying to hang tight. He's got a 7-second lead, so he doesn't necessarily have to push it right now. As Jeff Stabnow in the second position. Now 8 seconds, as Stabnow went 0.6 of a second faster than Stabnow that time. But we're seeing right now he's drafting on his son Devin right now. So that in turn is also helping him save a little bit of fuel right now. Being able to be the second truck in the draft, he's not having to push the throttle as much. He's saving a little bit of fuel, not having to push it so much right now. So that could also help out Dan for a little bit if he can stay tucked on his son's tailgate right now.
West, Stabnow, White, O'Hare, Anderson, your top 5 as they roar back to the corner. As you see the 58 of Paulison and more battle for that position. That is right now for 7th and 8th. And here comes another round of green flag pit stops. I think that's Audenbacher coming down the pit lane for the second time in a row. green flag sequence pit stops on lap 59 of 134.